So how's the housing market here in Terramor? Well, we just finished up the third quarter of 2024, so it's time to take a look back and see how the market's really doing. So stick around and we'll review the most recent sales numbers and home prices here in the community of Terramor. Hi, my name is Casey, and on this channel, I share information about the real estate market here in Corona. And since my wife and I live in one of the 55 and older communities here, I do share a lot of information about the communities of Trilogy at Glen Ivy and the community of Terramor. So if you find this kind of information helpful, I'd really appreciate if you consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, so we just finished up the third quarter, so let's take a look back at sales numbers. And this will include homes sold between July 1st and September 30th of 2024. And if you stick around till the end, I'll show you the sales numbers for the all ages section of Terramor too. Okay, so the first number I want to share with you is the average sales price. And the average sales price of a home in the 55 and older section of Terramor was $798,000. And prices range from a low of $699,000 all the way up to a high of $970,000. And this is up from the second quarter when the average sales price was $682,000. But as I mentioned in my last video, there really isn't a huge turnover of homes here in Terramor. So the numbers can fluctuate from quarter to quarter. And since home prices range from around $600,000 all the way up to close to $1 million, the average sales price can change. But I do see home sales slowing down here in Terramor. Next, let's take a look at the highest priced home sold in Terramor. And it was located at 11722 Oakton Way. This was a beautiful 3-bedroom, 3-bath home with 2,660 square feet of living space. And the home had an amazing kitchen that overlooked the great room, and the living room had stacking slider doors that opened up to the covered California room. And even though this home wasn't on the view side of the street, it had a very nice landscape yard, a large in-ground spa, a waterfall, and a built-in barbecue. This was a really beautiful home, and it was the highest priced home sold in Terramor during the third quarter at $970,000. Next, let's take a look at the number of homes that were actually sold. And during the third quarter of 2024, there were a total of just 9 homes sold in Terramor. And this is very similar to what we saw in the second quarter when we had 7 homes sold. Next, let's take a look at the average days on market. The average number of days it took to sell a home in Terramor was 56 days. And this was a big change from the second quarter when it was taking just 27 days to sell a home. So the time it's taking to sell a home here has more than doubled this quarter. And that's a pretty dramatic increase. And again, I just see home buyers being much more cautious right now. And finally, I want to share with you the number of homes currently for sale. And right now, we're seeing 19 homes for sale in the 55 and older section of Terramor. And prices range from a low of $611,000 all the way up to a high of $1,170,000. So here's a quick recap of the 55 and older section of Terramor. The average sales price of a home was $798,000. The highest priced home sold was priced at $970,000. There were just 9 homes sold during the third quarter of this year, and the average number of days it took to sell a home was 56 days, and there are 19 homes currently for sale. And if you're curious about home sales in the all ages section of Terramor, I have those numbers for you too. The average sales price of a home was $800,000, and this is down from an average of $807,000 in the last quarter. The highest priced home sold during the third quarter was $893,000. There were a total of 23 homes sold, and the average number of days it took to sell a home was 33 days. And right now, there are 26 homes currently for sale in the all ages section of Terramor. So here's my take on what's happening right now in the housing market. Things are definitely slowing down, and I think there's 2 reasons for this. One is mortgage rates. Mortgage rates have come down to around 6%, so things are getting better, but it's still too high for a lot of buyers. And the second thing is inflation. I really feel that inflation is having a big impact on the housing market. The cost of living here in California is as high as I've ever seen it, and this does affect people's buying power. The number of people that can actually afford to buy a home here in Terramor is simply going down. And to deal with these high costs, a lot of people are making the decision to leave California once they actually retire. And the truth is, it's not hard to find a more affordable home or a lower cost of living in other parts of the country. And this isn't propaganda or rumors. I talk to buyers and sellers every week, and I'm hearing this from people all the time. But there are seniors that want to stay here in California. But of these people, many are looking for more affordable options when searching for a home. So the people trying to sell right now, I know it can be frustrating. We're seeing homes take much longer to sell, and we're seeing many sellers have to reduce their asking price in order to get their home sold. In fact, of the 9 homes that sold in the third quarter here in Terramor, every single home had done at least one price reduction before getting an offer. Plus, there were 11 additional homes that didn't sell and were actually taken off the market. Okay, so that's our recap of home prices for the third quarter of 2024 for the community of Terramor. And if you have any questions about the housing market or the value of your home here in Terramor, just let me know. I'll put my cell phone number up on the screen, and I have all of my contact information located down in the description below.